I'm on a high-speed paper chase. A high-speed paper chase. I'm on a high-speed paper chase. A high-speed paper chase. I'm on a high-speed paper chase. A high-speed paper chase. I'm on a high-speed paper chase. I'm on a high-speed paper chase. Looking over my shoulder, merging with the highway. Tires on the road, still do it the flyway. Seat pushed back, one arm out the window. In and out of traffic to the sound of a crescendo. I blow a little money here, blowing in the wind. I once blew it back cause I failed to press send. That was many years ago, now I'm all the way turned. Leave the roads in your little town all the way burned. At the pace that I'm going, it's hard for you to keep up. The cat ain't got your tongue, you simply need to speak up. A closed mouth will not get fed, so I keep my mouth open while I chew this bread. Part of my manners, like Randy, I'm a savage. Even at the airport, I don't claim the baggage. I'm too busy claiming paper with my name on it. If I take a picture with you to put a frame on it. I be everywhere, ain't no telling where I might go. The rings and things I sing about got a light glow. Do it so flagrant and blatantly. So play the song in reverse, watch the paper chase me. I'm on a high-speed paper chase. A high-speed paper chase. I'm on a high-speed paper chase. A high-speed paper chase. I'm on a high-speed paper chase. A high-speed paper chase. I'm on a high-speed paper chase. I'm on a high-speed paper chase. Pull me over. Don't stop. Get your money, man. Come on, man. No shortcuts, might have seen no shortcuts. I'm here to give you motivation and a little bit of inspiration. No shortcuts. Me and the boss ain't easy. Every day somebody needs me. It's no shortcuts. I wake up stretched, say a prayer, coffee and then some fresh air. Time to get it poppin'. I got a fresh 24. Hopefully I'm blessed with plenty more. Meanwhile, I'm thankful for the fire on the inside burning. I keep earning as the world keeps turning. The thing about life is you never stop learning. Hoping everybody Maxwell, Vernon. You make a plan, then you stick to it. Even in tough times, get through it. So get to it. And make sure your family's straight. We going worldwide, you understanding me, mate? Providing a platform where like minds can meet. Closed mouths don't get fed, want everybody to eat. On Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. Tuesdays at noon, let's all get rich. It's no shortcuts. Tell a friend to tell a friend about the No Shortcut Show. Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Greetings, salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Whether you are joining us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, whether you're catching us on Spotify, Apple Music, we would like to cordially welcome you to another episode of your favorite internet sensation by the name of the No Shortcut Show with Midas and Fame. Give y'all a few moments to come on in. As you're coming on in, ladies and gentlemen, please feel free to say hi. Let us know where you're watching from. Doing a little roll call. We got East and West Coast in the house today.
What up?
Yeah.
Robin.
Somebody give me a West Side W. Hey, Robin, Barbie, and the Barbs, welcome. Faithful support of our community. By the way, our community, ladies and gentlemen, is now up to 658 members in our Facebook No Shortcuts community. So we want to thank you all for your diligence in helping us grow our community over there. And feel free, if you're a member of our community and you have some happenings going on, or if you're, in business or entrepreneur and there's some specials or just any announcements that you guys have, feel free to drop them over in the No Shortcuts community.
Yeah, we
What's
got a
up,
little bit of a
Faye?
lag. I'm watching you, but I'm hearing something different than what your lips are moving.
Really? Am I
Yeah,
lagging?
yeah, it's weird, but it's
I'm
all right.
lagging.
We'll roll through
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
We'll roll
Okay, I can
through it.
do it if you want to do a quick
No, no, we're good.
monologue or solid.
No, no, it might be just something internet related because mine
All
is doing
right,
the same
cool,
thing.
cool,
So
cool.
mine is doing
All
the
right. Well,
same
hopefully
thing.
we'll.
So don't worry about it.
So I kind of look like a kung fu movie a little bit. That's
A
what you
little bit
said.
Saturday morning,
All
a little
right.
Saturday morning
Yeah,
cartoon,
yeah. Saturday
kung fu
morning,
movie.
right after the cartoons. Hello, mom. My mom, faithful supporter. We
Hey,
appreciate you. She got that perfect attendance going on. Thank you so much, mom. Love you. Thank you for always joining us every Tuesday at noon. What are you guys having for lunch? It's the lunch hour. What always interested to know what you guys are having for lunch. What's going on? How's everybody's mental health? Everybody looking good, feeling good, smelling good. Hopefully, we're just glad to be here another Tuesday, ladies and
for
gentlemen.
sure.
Another
Speaking of
Tuesday.
smelling good, shout out to my man
Yeah,
Priester Ernest Priester
Ernest,
again. Told you he hooked
Priester
me up with some of the
1973.
yeah, he hooked me up with some of the samples and
Some of the
they still
fragrances.
working, man.
Yeah, how would yeah? That's what I was gonna ask. We need a sample update.
Yeah,
From matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, that would be Priester Priester 1973.com. If you need any fragrances, men's or women's. But how they been
it's been
holding up
good.
for you,
It's
man?
been good. The
Yeah,
people that stay close to me, they think I smell nice.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
that's all
yeah.
I can say.
They last long. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah, it's
last
good.
long. You got
It's
the
good.
sample pack of five.
Yeah, yeah.
The 5 pack, yeah, for
Yep,
sure, man. So yeah, shout out
yep.
to him. He may be popping
It's
in at
doing the
some point.
job.
Yeah, it's doing what it's doing,
I don't
man. It's
have
doing what
the
it's
lady
doing.
following me around like in his commercial, but it's
Oh, like the commercial.
yeah.
Hey, isn't that funny how like if you were a kid and you saw that commercial, you would expect that to
Yeah.
really happen.
That's what's going
You
down. But
know?
nah, it didn't happen like that.
Yeah, but he painted a yeah. But that's a
Mom wants
good
a
thing.
sample
That's
too.
a
Mom
good
said
thing.
get her a
Mom, you want
sample.
a sample? Okay, okay. Yeah, I'll have to get in touch with Ernest and get a sample. I'm gonna let him pick out. I forget the one he was talking about, but he had named it after a friend of his.
Hmm.
It's not coming to my mind right off, but I'm gonna get mom. I'll find out,
Yeah,
get
yeah,
you a
yeah.
sample of one of those. Yeah,
Cool. What's
yeah. Well,
going
what's
on,
good,
man?
man?
How
I
was your
wish,
week?
man. Since we last met up here, I think I was as we were going on our outro last week. I just had light week, light week. Chairman of the board was off, but I did accompany Mr. Brandon Stevens. He had my Mellow Groove brother, but
Hmm.
this event he was a featured artist. They were doing like a spotlight on featured artists, and so it wasn't necessarily a Mellow Groove event. It's just him picking some songs and things
Yeah.
that he wanted to do, and also performing his new single, What If. That's Brandon
Yeah.
Stevens,
I
ladies and
like that
gentlemen.
one.
All your streaming platforms. Yeah, so we just did a 2 45-minute sets. I was playing keys with him, kind of being music director. And we had a couple of musicians. Let's see, me and the drummer for here from the Charlotte area. Shout out to his real name is Michael Myers, you
Oh
know.
wow.
And yeah,
Real
yeah,
name,
our
no
chairman of the board,
gimmicks.
yeah, yeah, I like that. I like that. And I chairman of the board bass player, Mr. Jerry D. Washington, was on the gig. He's out of Virginia, and he had a friend that played lead guitar on the gig, Mr. Marquis Harrison. So we had two guys out of Virginia, two guys out of the Charlotte area. We had the set list ahead of time, and we're all professional musicians. And we hit a few things at sound check, and we did the featured artist. And it's on my page. If you guys follow me on Facebook, it's from the drummer's point of view because he went live, so I shared it. So it's there. Good music, man. But that's all I did, and I was at church on Sunday. Shout out to
Yeah.
all of the members of Mount Dewell Baptist Church, where I'm the minister of music. Church on Sunday. Then I picked my son up, and I caught a little bit of the L.A. Lim show on Sunday
That's what's up.
afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what?
yeah.
Let
But
me get you to just dial back because it didn't
hang up
fix
and hang up.
itself yet. Yeah. Just
Yeah,
hang up and call
yeah.
right
Give
back
you
in and we'll continue the conversation. I can talk to the folks. What have you all been up to this weekend? Everybody had a nice weekend, we hope. while we just work out this technical difficulty. Let's see if that worked. Talk to me.
Does that work?
It worked
Microphone.
perfectly.
We
Now
are live,
your
ladies
now
and
your
gentlemen.
voice and your mouth matches, so that's good.
Yay! All right, all right.
Good deal. Good
Hey,
deal.
and my body too, right? You ever seen a
Yeah.
person's body that the voice don't match their body? I digress. I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding.
It's all right. It's
We
it's
good?
doing it. Yeah, we all right. We'll work through it. It was working and now
All
it's
right.
lagging again. But don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We
Okay.
good.
Okay. All
We
right. We'll
good.
find we'll find a moment, and
Internet be
if
just
necessary,
internet
I can.
is all.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. But yourself, sir.
I'm here. I'm sorry. I'm distracted by all the background.
Yeah. I know.
There's
I
something
heard
going on in
that.
the
I
background.
heard
Yeah.
that.
I don't know if that's on
Yeah.
my
But
end.
we
It's
are
not. But
live,
yeah,
ladies
man,
and
we just
gentlemen,
did
and there are.
wedding season, man. That's all. I had a wedding this
Mm,
past weekend on Thursday. No, not Thursday. On Friday. Friday, I was
mhm.
in
Are you
Charlotte.
hearing? Are you hearing that?
I am hearing that.
Are you hearing that? Yeah. Did it finally finish?
Hey, Lim, are you watching online? You might have to turn your
Oh.
volume down.
Oh, my volume's down. Is
That's what I'm wondering. If maybe
Is
Lim,
Lim muted?
Lim, are you what? Let me see if I can mute his. See if
Is he
that.
muted? That might
Yeah,
be the
that's what it
playback.
was. That's what it is. Yeah, he must
Hey,
be
all right,
watching it on
cool. We
Facebook
good?
too. While he's in the green room.
Hey,
That's all right.
yeah, Lim, that's what's
That's
up.
all right.
Making
Yeah,
you
but
making famous nervous, Lim.
I'm getting audio stuff happening. But Friday night we had a wedding in Charlotte, uptown Charlotte. It was real nice. And
Mhm.
Saturday in Charleston. I be forgetting where
Okay,
I'm at, man. Saturday in Charleston. It was real.
man,
Both of
I
them
get it.
was like wide open off the chain. So it was good to
Yeah.
the party. The party was lit. Couldn't hardly get them out of
Hmm.
there. So that was a good time had by all both nights. And then
Oh,
this weekend it's gonna be
always.
Thursday and Saturday. Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday
Mm.
this weekend. So it's gonna be a busy one.
Wedding season is upon us, huh?
For
Yeah.
sure. For
Oh
sure.
yeah. Hey, quick shout outs real quick because we were technical difficulties. Shout out to Miss Rhonda Badikian joining us of our Earth,
Yeah.
Wind, and Fire family, our chairman of the board family, Honeycomb family. All of
Rhonda, your
that's
daughter's
intermingled.
birthday
Her
was
daughter had a
Sunday.
birthday.
My daughter's
Happy
birthday was
birthday to your
yesterday.
daughter. Yeah. We got Miss Lahoma Kuzar is in the building.
What's up? What's up?
Lahoma, be
Hello.
sure to be sure to put your business page. She's a mobile bartender new to our community. Be sure to put your
Okay.
business page in the chat. She's in the Rock Hill area. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? Okay, is that everybody? Make sure you your mom,
Oh,
the look on Famous's face is worth
when I
$1
heard the
billion.
when I heard the feedback, I was like, "What?" It's that's producer face, I guess.
We are live.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's better than RBF.
for sure, for sure. So yeah, and then yesterday was my daughter's birthday. She turned 10, and we just kind of kept
Mhm.
it low key.
Happy
Did a
birthday to her.
little thing at home. Had a little cake, little presents and stuff. So it was good. It was
Mhm.
good. And now we
Happy
back.
birthday to her, man.
Thank you,
We
brother.
back. It's Tuesday. Oh, I got to say before we proceed, this week, ladies and gentlemen, is a palindrome. Can anybody tell me what a palindrome is before we proceed? Just real quick and see if
I
anybody
can, but
knows what that
yeah, let me.
is. Oh, okay, you can. All
Yeah,
right, all right.
thank
We
you, Rhonda.
just a moment. Well, you tell us, famous, so we can proceed
Well,
since you
that's
know
when
what it is.
it's like
This week
the
is a
word.
palindrome.
Well, not the whole week.
Excuse me. I think it started April 20th until April 29th, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that right?
You try to figure it out.
No, I'm trying to figure it out. But yeah, maybe. But that's when it's the same thing forwards and backwards, right? Yeah, like the word
Yeah.
race car, same thing for forwards and backwards. Yeah.
Right. So, to my knowledge and understanding, from April 20th until April 29th of 2024, it
Oh, okay,
is
I
a
got you.
palindrome. Look at it.
I got you.
We try. Yeah, I
Yeah,
digress, man.
same
We
front
need
and
to
back.
bring our guest out. We don't want to keep him waiting all day lately. He's out in LA. So it's morning time. He's probably had him some a nice scrambled egg or something and a nice cup of coffee.
Yeah,
and he's been
breakfast
so
over there.
gracious to join us today. Yeah, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, our guest for today, actually, we go back to my previous platform that I was a part of during COVID in 2020. Hi, Betty. Thank you for
Hey,
joining us today. Welcome, welcome. During COVID, when everything was shut down and we as musicians we couldn't go out and play music, so shout out to Mr. Ken Knox, the band leader of the chairman of the board, and Miss Shelley Clark White, co-founder with the Honeycomb wife of Mr. Verdine White of Earth, Wind and Fire. He's a co-founder as well as the bass player for that legendary out group. We started a platform called That's My Story, and that's where our guest and I crossed paths initially, and then since that has ran its course, we've stayed in touch. He does many things out there in the LA area. He is a producer of comedy shows. He has a radio show at DAVI Radio out in Los Angeles, and I've been so gracious enough. He debuted my material, Brighter Day, back in January. I had my whole family tuned in and everything, and he's a regular at a lot of your mix and mingle situations, parties, red carpet situations, and he has a wealth of knowledge, not just about music, ladies and gentlemen, but about entertainment as a whole. And it's a pleasure to have him with us today. So without any further ado, make some noise if you can, if you're at work, if you're at home. If you can't, put some applause in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome to the screen Mr. Lemuel Flowers, aka LA Lim.
What's up, brothers? What's up with you?
thank
Man,
you for joining
man,
us.
we yeah. Hey, listen, we're having a lovely day, and we appreciate you so much for taking a moment out of your morning out in the beautiful city of Los Angeles to join us for a little chat and little catch up, man, and share your story with us. We greatly appreciate you joining us today.
Well, you're welcome, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, before we get into the thick and all of the juicy, parts of your journey and your story, we like to always start our show off by asking our guests to tell us and our audience a little bit about where you were born and raised, and tell us about your upbringing.
Well, I was born and raised in the Motor City, Detroit.
Yo,
Detroit. You can see
Detroit,
why
yeah,
not? Why not
why
Detroit? I'm
not?
representing a good friend of mine who has a top of the line clothing store in Detroit. So I'm representing him with my Why
nice.
Not Detroit cap on. But I was born and raised in Detroit. One of
Hmm.
five siblings, awesome mother and father. Grew up on the northwest side of Detroit and went to Mumford High School, where with a lot of famous people, the Winans and
Oh yeah,
Fred Hammond, and then members of the
yeah,
commission and
yeah,
Alan Duncan, and just a lot of great people at Mumford. As soon as I graduated from Mumford, I came to LA because I said LA is the place to be.
That's where it's
This
at.
is where I want to do
yeah,
it, and this is where it's happening for
yeah.
me.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Detroit, I got to shout out Mr. Ken Knox, our band leader of the chairman of
That's
the
it.
board. And that's
Yes.
That's
something you guys have in common. And I was telling you before we came on, he had a previous engagement this morning,
oh
but he
man.
definitely wanted me to let you know he's going to be on to catch the replay, man. So
There you
so
go.
growing up in Detroit, man, what were some of the things you were into at an early age growing up in Detroit? Of course, music. I mean, it's hard to escape, right?
Right, right.
Hmm.
Well, music was, at the center of music and, my love for God, my love for family. I grew up in the church. Like I said, I was one of
Hmm.
five siblings. So, family is very important to me. I grew up in an
Yeah.
awesome neighborhood. It took a village raised us and all the
Yeah.
kids growing up. We to this day we call ourselves the Apple kids, even though all of us is up there now. But the
Uh-huh.
village is
Uh-huh.
still strong, and just like I said, God, family, music. That was just as long as
Yeah.
I can remember. That's how it's been for me, and those are like the three things in which I live my life: God, family, music.
Mm.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. And that sounds very similar, to my upbringing, especially the church part. Did you
Yeah,
participate in choir growing
sure
up
did.
in church?
Sure, sure did. Sung
Yeah,
in
yeah.
all the choirs, sung in the choirs in grade school and high school. I was there right next to BB and CC Winans and
Hmm.
right next to Fred
Yeah,
Hammond and Mitchell Jones and Carl Reed are commissioned and next to my
man,
partner
that's
Alan Pumpkin and yeah, so we singing. As long as I can remember, I've been singing the part of the choir and church,
mhm.
the angelic choir at St. Paul. That's where I grew up at St. Paul AMEZ in on Dexter Avenue in Detroit.
Okay.
And in fact,
Yeah. Shout out to
I
them.
had, yeah, I had Ray Parker Jr. on my show in February. It was actually on the second
Oh, nice.
anniversary of my show, and we
Yeah.
talked about how we both grew up in that Dexter area of Detroit before he
Hmm.
moved on and took care of business and whatnot. But I'm proud to be a Detroiter.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And speaking of Ray Parker Jr., I remember we had him on That's My Story back in
Yeah,
2020. And man, like the stories and everything he's had and all the artists that he's worked with, even being an actor and everything like that, it was amazing. So these seem to be the type of people that you innately sur- tend to be around or surround yourself with, musicians and artists and things of that nature. When did you discover you had such a passion for music?
since I started walking,
Yeah.
you know, you know,
Yeah.
music is my passion. It's my true passion. I don't just play the music; I sing it too. So if I
Ah,
wasn't doing my radio show, I'd probably be out there singing somewhere.
Here we
So
go.
yeah,
and
man.
and
Yeah,
I mean, hey, I grew up in Detroit, Motown, Hitsville.
right.
In Detroit, so
Yeah.
Motown is baked. The cake is baked to me as far as Detroit, and I was around a lot of music. In the high school, we had a
Mhm.
great choir. I mean, that's all we did was walking around
Mhm.
singing, by the locker room or singing in the choir. And, when you're standing next
Yeah,
to Fred Hammond and BB Winans and CC
man, that's
and
incredible.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you
Mhm.
can't compete with them, then
You
kick
better sing
rock.
something.
That's right.
You better be able to
Yeah,
carry something, that carry a
that's
little
it.
tune or two in a
That's
bucket,
it.
right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Man,
I had
wow.
I had Fred
Yeah.
I had Fred on my show too in December, and we
Okay.
talked about it. That we all we competed with each other to make each other
Right.
better. But
Mhm.
we respected each
Yeah.
other.
Iron sharpens
You
iron.
know, yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. And I hadn't
Yeah.
seen and talked to Fred in years, but as soon as we talked, he said, "Lil, what's up, baby?" I said, "There you go. We're gonna fall back just like it was back in the day."
Just like it
So great.
was.
It was great having
Very
Fred on my
nice.
show. Yeah, really proud of his success.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, did you have to one more question before we advance to the next portion of your journey? Did you have to listen and sneak and listen to secular records growing up,
Well,
or
we
were they
I
were
tell
they
you what, I
allowed to
mean,
be played?
no, well, they were because my father loved the blues
Mm.
and my mother loved jazz. But we
Me
owned a
too.
record shop growing up in Detroit on
Oh,
Pinkham.
okay. Uh
So
huh.
I mean, music was always playing at the record shop. So that's how I got into all genres of music, jazz,
Yeah.
soul, Motown. My father loved the blues, so it was always music playing in the house. It was or music that we sold at the record shop, and
Yeah. A
we was
variety.
always singing. My brothers, we were doing the Temptations, Jackson Five, and Stevie, and then when Earth Wind came out, that was it. Earth Wind and
Oh
Fire, and
man.
Mhm.
okay, that
Yeah.
those are my
Yeah.
guys. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Earth, Wind, and Fire is arguably, depending on whose opinion may be
right.
coming forth, but arguably the most dynamic and best band of all time, considering the arrangements, lyrics, the feel of the music, And a lot of the music just resonates with you. It touches you in a place where
Yeah,
it just sticks with you, and it's carried on. And the material is listenable. Like,
it's
say if I wanted
timeless.
to listen to Earth, Wind, and Fire with
Yeah,
my son,
yes.
he enjoys Earth, Wind, and Fire just as well. So yeah,
Their
they've
music
been
is
able to stand the
timeless.
test of times.
It's
Yeah, so big shout
timeless.
outs to them, Verdine,
They've been
Ralph,
doing it
yeah,
for
all
over,
of those guys.
yeah, over 50 years, and their music
Yeah.
is still as relevant as it was over 50 years
Hmm.
ago. It still sounds fresh. Rhonda Badiki agrees with us.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
Hey
right.
Rhonda.
Rhonda,
No.
everyone
Yeah,
down there,
yeah.
Rhonda,
It's always great when
you know,
it's always great when Rhonda agrees with us, isn't it?
that's
Yeah.
it. That's it. Because Rhonda is
Yeah,
important. Yeah, I had the pleasure of
yeah,
having
yeah,
Rhonda
yeah.
on my show too, and Rhonda talked about the business end of
Yes.
music.
Hmm.
Managing your
Yeah.
copyrights and making sure that that you own your music and so on.
Yes.
So Rhonda Badikian is the authority on that, and it is a
Yes.
pleasure and a
Hmm.
privilege
She
to know
is.
this lady. I love her very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll
Shout
check
out
on
to
me from
Rhonda.
time to time if I got a new release. She'll just ask me a couple of questions, make sure I'm all right. You know what I mean? Greatly,
Yeah,
greatly
that's it.
appreciate her.
Oh yeah,
Greatly
without a
appreciate
doubt.
it. So after, yeah, so once you moved to LA after you graduated high school.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 1981.
Wow, wow.
But that don't mean
Yes.
I'm that old. You understand? Let's just say I
No.
graduated. I
No, no,
graduated
no,
when I
no.
was
This
10
is
years old.
yeah.
We all 21 here. We're all 21.
you you were in advanced classes. Tell them, Lim,
Exactly.
you
Yeah,
was in
I
advanced
was 10.
classes.
I was 10 when I graduated. I matured real fast and moved to LA
Hmm.
when I was 10.
That's right.
Yeah, by yourself.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. So when did you make your mind up that you wanted to do that, and how much faith did it take? Obviously you were kind of pursuing music to a degree and things of that nature, but walk us through that real quick, and like what's on your mind at that time, and how do you prepare yourself to take such a leap from Detroit, which is East Coast, to relocate out to LA, Los Angeles?
Well, my faith is in God, and I walk in the Spirit of the Lord Jesus Christ every day. I had, supportive
Yeah.
family. My mother was supportive in my dreams. I mean, I tell you, I did go out there. wasn't exactly 10 years old. I was a little older than that, but
Yeah, yeah,
when
yeah.
when you
Doogie
a
Howser.
youngster, you think you know everything, and you go out there. You leap before you look sometimes, but
Hmm.
I wouldn't
Hmm.
have it any other way. I'd do it the same way if I could do it over again because, I love the LA culture, the lifestyle. It kind of fit the kind of person that I am.
Hmm.
My love for music, my love for the
Mm.
entertainment industry, and just getting to know people and
Yeah,
in
it's
my
wonderful.
professional life, I worked for many years in banking. I worked for many years in sales, and I used, my
Hmm.
personality, which serves me well in sales and the entertainment industry, to be a success in
Hmm.
banking or as well as success in corporate and business sales. Just meeting people, networking,
Yeah,
building
networking.
relationships,
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
that's how I do it. That's how I did it. That's how I do it 24/7.
Yeah,
So, what was the
yeah, man,
plan?
that's awesome.
What was the plan when you were moving to LA right out of high school? Or was there a plan? Or was it, I'm just going to go to LA and then figure it out once I get there?
Well, the plan was to go out to LA, get myself established. I mean, the entertainment industry is
Hmm.
a hard is hard to get into. I mean, it really probably was a
Hmm.
good 30-year journey for me to even get to where I
Yeah,
am now,
Hmm.
but I
yeah.
was fortunate to find, a good job in banking, which I worked in for 13 years and then moved on to sales. But
Hmm.
you know, doing sales and is a lot like navigating, the entertainment industry.
Yeah, it
Is
is.
marketing,
Okay.
it's promoting yourself, promoting the company, promoting the product,
Yep.
and then
Yep.
just
That's
meeting
true.
and networking people. When I was in corporate sales, my territory was Beverly Hills, and so I met a
Mm,
lot of people in the entertainment industry, and I worked with a lot of film executives, some studios, some of the talent agencies, and I was just being
hmm.
myself. I love to talk and
Of course.
conversate, meet people, and
Hmm.
just kind of spreads from there. That's just how I live my life.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds interesting. So it seems like by you having the position being in banking and some of your clientele is in Beverly Hills, that kind of opens some doors for you to be in the atmosphere in which you desired to be in, which was the entertainment atmosphere. You just kind of built on from there, it seems, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's very true. Yes.
Yeah, wow, that's amazing. So when did the comedy shows start to come about on your journey? Because I actually didn't know that, and I was like, wow, he does a little bit of everything,
Mhm.
a
Well,
man of
I
many
tell you, my
talents and
my
many passions.
my brother Johnny is a professional comedian. He's been doing comedy for 20 years himself. He loves the comedy business, and he puts on, comedy shows all over Orange County, California. And
Hmm.
he actually, brought me up because he knew I knew a lot of people in LA, people in the entertainment
Yeah.
industry, people who knew people.
Mhm.
So, he asked me to
Hmm.
co-produce a couple of comedy shows for him and with him and, bring in the LA people that I knew so that we can combine, and get that audience
Yeah.
going, meet new comics
Hmm.
and we've had some great success, my brother Johnny and I, in co-producing comedy shows. My younger brother Dorian is a screenwriter. My oldest brother Ronald is
Wow.
a novelist. He is a
Wow.
writer. He writes
Okay.
fiction, nonfiction.
Mhm.
So we
Uh-huh.
got we got a creative family. My younger brother is
Family.
writing screenplays. So I we he through me, he's met some good people that is
Mhm.
helping him, kind of navigate the film industry and
That's
get his product
that's
out
awesome.
there. And my brother Johnny and I,
Hmm.
work together to co-produce, comedy shows. My sister, our oldest, she is a pastor and she watches over all of us.
Okay.
She cheers us on.
Yes.
She encourages
Mhm.
Gotta
us.
have it.
She's the matriarch of the whole family, and that's how we do it. We're a family that shows love, shares love,
Mhm.
supports each other. Especially Johnny and
Yeah.
Dorian and myself, because we're all in the some aspect of the entertainment industry,
Mhm.
and we just out there, trying to do it and get to the next level.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
what was
Wow,
it
that's
like? I mean,
amazing.
it sounds like
Amazing.
with the majority of yourself and your siblings all pursuing creative type careers, entertainment.
Hmm.
Did that come from your parents? Were your parents really, endorsing that lifestyle, that kind of do get it for yourself entrepreneur role because of
Well,
the record store?
they were definitely supporting it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and
Hmm.
myself, the way I am now, and I was like that at 2, 3 years old. I was singing, I was, acting out. And I mean, when I say
Yeah.
acting out, performing,
Mm-hmm.
just getting out
Yeah.
there, meeting
Yeah.
people, talking to people. And I sang solos in church. I sang solos in the high school, choirs and the entertainment industry and just kind of moving. Not, I at this point, I prefer I like being a star maker more so than a star.
Then
I like just
the
kind of being
background
out there.
role.
Yeah, yeah, but just being a mover and shaker. But uh,
Uh-huh.
but Debbie Davenport, who is my very good friend and my sister, I met
Hmm.
her about 6 years ago through the Hollywood party circuit. Awesome
Hmm.
woman. She is. has been a real estate mogul for over 20 years, as well as in the entertainment industry, as far as hosting
Very nice.
shows and doing her own media broadcasts. And she told me about 5 years
Mm-hmm.
ago that she was going to start her own radio station. And when she did that, she wanted me to be one of the radio personalities. And I said, when you're ready, I'm on it. I'm there, and right around the end of
Wow.
2021, she said, I got the licenses. I'm ready to go on live on January 1st, 2022. I
Mhm.
said, I'm there, old school, new school.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I do it. And
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that kind of thrust me a little bit more in the spotlight, probably more than I had been. But
Mm-hmm.
which is a good thing because I love being out
Mhm.
there and
Yeah.
sharing my love for music and
It gives
talking
you a
and
platform.
and
Mm-hmm.
platform, yeah,
Yeah.
and giving me a platform
Yeah.
to introduce great music like yourself, Music Midas, yours, and
Thank you so
I've
much.
oh
Thank you.
yeah, man, I've dated, my
Yeah.
I do a special block called the New School Block, and in the last couple of years, I've debuted a lot of new music that's hitting the radio
Yeah.
airwaves for the first
Breaking
time of
music.
Los Angeles radio.
Mhm.
So I, I,
Yeah.
I
Los
enjoy the
Angeles. Yeah.
platform and the support. We got people listen worldwide to the show, all over the world. All I got to
Mm-hmm.
do is log in to DABIRadiolive.com
Dot
and I'm
com.
gonna I'm gonna bring it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring it.
Yeah. Oh, he definitely does. And I just want to backtrack when Famous was asking you about your parents, because I think you said earlier your parents had a record store,
That's right. Yep, record shop. Johnny's
correct?
Records
Yeah. So
on
I
on Faith Road in Northwest
yeah.
Detroit. Yep, yep.
So I can identify with that. Shout out to Praise and Faith Gospel Shop in Sherrard,
There you
South
go.
Carolina. My father and my mother run that together. But it's almost like you indirectly pick up on the fact that being an entrepreneur is accessible. It's something that's almost not even necessarily spoken. You see it, and that's all. That's really all you need to know that you can possibly give it a try and be successful as well.
Without a doubt. Without a
Yeah, so I
doubt.
just
Yes,
wanted
sir.
to make that connection. Yeah, and when I tune into your radio show, let's stay there for a minute because you play a variety of things. When you debuted my single "Brighter Day," ladies and gentlemen, that's by Midas, "Brighter Day" on all your streaming platforms. But when you debuted it, I was doing a group chat with my family, right? So we were on a long time that day. We waiting for the new school block to come up, but heard a variety such as gospel, some James Brown, which was of course is like funk and soul, and what else? Some jazz, and then you had such a variety up until you got to the new school block. Speak to us a little bit of just about why you're so passionate about having such a variety on your show on Sundays.
Well, like I said, I grew up listening to all genres. We had the record shop, so we sold, everything that was out there. And of course, my
Yeah,
mother
yeah.
loved jazz. We always heard jazz on Sundays, and along with gospel, of course. And then Saturday nights we
Hmm.
heard the blues. Pops
Hmm.
was downstairs in
Mhm.
the basement
Yeah,
listening to BB King and Bobby Bland and all
yeah.
those guys. And my older brothers and sisters. My sister, I was into all the music that she was listening to. My older brothers, I mean, the reason why I know about
Hmm.
Parliament, Dramatics,
Mhm.
and
Oh
or
yeah, Parliament.
Chicago, the
Yeah.
Beatles, was because of my older brothers. Then, of course,
Hmm.
we was in our own thing. But as the years went by, I was digging '80s and '90s music itself. But I am a child of the '70s, so old
Yeah.
school, new school, all the bands, Stevie, Parliament, and Kool and the Gang. Shout out to Kool and the Gang for finally getting inducted in
Yeah,
the Rock and Roll
yeah.
Hall of
Rock and roll.
Fame.
Yeah, buddy.
Roll
and
Hall of
and
Fame.
so I
Yeah.
was into all that. So that Dabby, she's given me free reign to do my show the way I like it, and then, so I play a little bit something
Hmm.
to everybody. If you like rock music, then I got the rock block for you.
Hmm.
If you like
Mhm.
gospel, I got the gospel
Hmm.
block. I take it way back to the early '60s Motown, and
Oh yeah,
I say, okay, and
yeah.
then in the fourth hour. we do what's called the artist spotlight. So in the last 2 years, I've spotlighted everyone: Stevie Wonder, Earth, Wind, Parliament, Sly and
Mm-hmm.
the Family
Mm-hmm.
Stones, Fleetwood Mac, Chicago, Aretha Franklin.
Yeah.
If they were popular, I've spotlighted them in the last 2.5 years.
Mhm.
So but that's because of my
Yeah.
love for their music, and my slogan has always been bring your notebooks because LA Lim gonna take you to school, baby.
That's right. I like
You
it.
know,
Yeah.
so you know
Yeah. Yeah.
there's always a
Love
story
it.
behind the song or behind
Mm-hmm.
a group. So I'm gonna tell the story about why this song was written or
Yeah.
whatnot. This Sunday I did a post
Mm-hmm.
last week because I was listening to what's going on, and I just stopped what I was doing
Oh,
and
the
I
Marvin
said,
Gaye
this
post you did.
right. I
Mm-hmm.
said that this song here is one of the great, not only is it one of the greatest songs, but one of the greatest recordings
Mhm.
in pop music history. And
Yeah.
a lot of people shared that
Yeah.
post, and I got a lot of comments to it. And
Mm-hmm.
some people commented that I shouldn't have referred to it as a pop song. And the reason why I
Really?
did that, because pop music more or less encompasses
It's
all the
popular.
genres of music. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
want to limit. I didn't want to say.
Mm-hmm.
I purposely didn't say R&B music because I didn't want to limit uh,
Right.
Right.
that song to R&B music and what it
Mhm.
did for the pop music world. I mean, and I shared the story. I mean, what's going on? Barry Gordy hated it when he first heard it and
Mm.
refused to release it.
Mm-hmm.
The song was recorded,
Yeah.
kind of
And it's
almost
social commentary as well.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And the
Mm-hmm.
song was recorded kind of haphazardly. Marvin Gaye, it was recorded a year before it was released, and he recorded
Wow.
two different lead vocal tracks. So he told the engineer, "So, well,
Mm-hmm.
let me hear each one of them, and I'll see which one I like." And the engineer mistakenly played both of them at the same time. Marvin said, "Man, I like that, man. Let's just go on and
Mm.
just release it with both those
Oh,
Mhm.
lead
yeah.
tracks on there." So
Mhm.
that's part of the kind of
Nice.
information that people don't know about that I
Yeah. The
share on the LA
mystique
Lamb
of.
show.
That's
Telling them
great.
the story behind
Mm-hmm.
the story, and what's going on was recorded in 1970, released in 1971, and 53 years later, it is as
Mm-hmm.
relevant as it was in 1971, which is why that is a powerful song and a tribute
Yeah.
to the legacy of Marvin Gaye and Motown Records.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's great,
Yeah.
man. So
See, and
this
this
is a
is exactly what I was referring to.
a f- a
That's how I do
4 hour
it.
show.
Wait, have your notebook ready because I'm gonna take you to school. I'll tell you the story
For
behind
an
the
hour.
story.
Mhm.
That's it. Yeah, yeah, that's how I
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a 4 hour show, but remind you, he's in LA, so we have to, adjust our time to,
Yeah.
That's it. Well,
to East Coast time.
I
Yeah.
always,
Yeah.
make sure I tell her, at the top of the show that show starts at 3 o'clock Mountain Time, 4 o'clock Central Time, and 5 o'clock Eastern. I got people in the United Kingdom, people in Italy, people in
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Philippines that listen to my show. They stay up to 2, 3 a.m. in the morning,
Mhm.
UK time,
Mhm.
Italy time, to listen to the whole 4 hour show. So I am grateful for that. I'm glad that I provide them music and a good show that makes it worth it for them to stay up to 3 in the morning,
Mhm.
to
Absolutely.
listen to
Yeah.
the LA
Yeah.
Lim show.
Definitely.
I'm grateful for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start
Yeah,
listening
man. And I
now.
will say, like, yeah, I posted I've been posting it the last few Sundays in no shortcuts community. Whenever I
Yeah.
jump on, I go ahead and post it in the no
Yeah.
shortcuts community as well. But jump on, man. Even if you can't stay the whole time, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
jump on and you're gonna hear some music you probably never heard before. You're gonna
Yeah.
like it still, and then you're gonna get a little knowledge behind it as far as how these records came
Yeah.
together and things like that. And that's the a lot of times that's the beauty with the to me the within the music that we listening to, because as a consumer of music, you get the final product and you just take it for face value that everything was just uh I guess smooth from A to Z, but sometimes there's a little story behind it, or maybe this song was written and intended for artist A and they didn't want it, and then some kind of
Mm-hmm.
way artist B got it, and so
Mm-hmm.
there's always a little bit of interesting, factual things that accompany story wise that accompany some of our favorite songs, and
Right.
that's one of the things
Right.
I enjoy listening to your show, Lim, and get a little musical history lesson. And bring,
There
like
you
you
go,
said,
man.
bring your
Yeah,
notebooks.
Bring your notebooks. Yep, because
I'm
LA
with it.
Lim
For
gonna take you to
sure.
school. That's it.
I'm
That's
with it.
it. Every Sunday,
Yeah,
Have
old
you
school,
done
yeah,
new
one of
yeah.
school
these?
Sunday.
Have you done one of these spotlights on Prince yet?
I sure have. Yep.
Oh
Yep.
man,
I've
I
done.
missed
I've
it.
spotlighted. Yeah, man. I spotlighted Prince. In fact, it was exactly a year ago
Mm-hmm.
where I did a whole hour on Prince and
Yeah.
shared, his musical journey,
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
how he got into it. He was originally supposed to be produced by Freddie White,
Mm-hmm.
with
Mm-hmm.
Earth, Wind and Fire. But Prince said, "I want to do my own
Hmm.
thing," and he had some challenges. It took him,
Yeah,
a minute. He had to navigate it, but Prince was one of the greatest artists of all time,
absolutely.
and I
Absolutely.
had a great time profiling him on the LA
Yeah.
Lim show. It was last year this
Hmm.
week, as a matter of fact. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. If you ever want to do one
Okay.
on the
Wow.
on that
Wow.
whole Minneapolis funk era, I'm down. I'm here for
There you go.
it.
I'm gonna
I'm
do
here
that
for
because
it.
I was the
That's his.
very
Yeah.
the one of the first people. In fact, the second show I did where I profiled an artist was The Time. Yep.
Yeah. Oh man, now we talking.
Ah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I profile. I mean, you name in
They're
two and a
all in
half
that same
years,
family.
just about everybody whoever came out that was hitting it in the '60s and '70s and '80s,
Mm-mm.
I've profiled them
You've
Good
done a
and
deal.
spotlighted
spotlight.
their music.
Hmm.
So I didn't. I
Hmm.
may have to do some repeat. Okay, well, we got to do Prince again,
Yeah.
or
Listen, I'm here.
I did
Yeah,
one
yeah. We.
show where we did a battle. We did our own little versus battle of Prince versus Michael Jackson on the
Oh, okay.
show a
Yeah.
Oh
year ago.
man, how did
So,
that one? How did that one come out?
well, it was a
How
tie.
did that one come out,
Yeah.
Lim?
It's
Was
got to
It
be
there?
a
was
tie.
it,
It's
it
got to
turned
be a
out to be
tie.
a tie. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I had people
Yeah.
come and I
Hey,
said, who you going with? You going with MJ or you
Yeah.
going with Prince? And it was a tie.
Always make it a
yeah,
tie so you don't offend
yeah. And you
anybody.
have a
That's it.
yeah, you have another debate going on over on your page, Lim, in basketball greatness goats
Uh-oh.
between
That's
Michael
it.
Jordan and LeBron James.
That's it. That's it. I
I say
do.
you
I
you you
do.
going for LeBron, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're
I,
you're in Los
I,
Angeles.
yeah. Well, yeah. Exactly. But let me preface this by saying I
Yeah.
tell you all you need to know about this debate. See that says Detroit.
All
I'm
right, let's
from
go.
Detroit. That means
Yeah.
I'm a Bad Boys fan. That means I'm an
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah fan. If I'm a
Mm-hmm.
Pistons fan,
Yeah.
that
Can't
means
like
I
Mike.
That's
ain't
right.
I ain't a Chicago Bulls fan. I ain't a Michael Jordan fan.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I let everybody know, hey, it's personal.
Mm-hmm.
I respect MJ. I
Yeah, it's
respect
personal.
him, and
It sound
his
like the
talent.
last dance.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what, the segment, because I didn't watch any of the Last Dance, and the segment on
Okay, he
Isaiah
was
and the
saying that a
Pistols.
lot.
Yeah, I was busy rearranging my sock drawers that night, so I missed that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
you know,
That's great.
That's
yeah,
good, man. That's good. Let's see, Mr. James Masters. Good
That must have been
afternoon,
a lot of
community. I'm
socks, man.
sorry I
That thing
can't
was like
in
10
late.
hours.
I will definitely help to catch the playback. Yeah, shout out to James real
What
quick
up,
before we
James?
proceed. Thank you, James. And you guys got any questions for LA Lim? Please drop them in the comments now. I know he's been so thorough, but we're gonna go into the wind down part of our broadcast. So if you have any questions, please send it in now. It says they're both goats, and
They're
there
both
you go.
goats.
That's the best way.
and
That's the
and
best diplomatic way to put it,
I
right?
don't have no argument with that whatsoever. Nope, nope.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah.
Good
It's all
deal.
subjective, right?
Yeah.
There you go. It's subjective,
Yeah,
and
man. This
and
has been
and
great.
and with
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
it's with me. I ain't gonna front about it. It's personal with me. So there
Mm-hmm.
you go.
That's it.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong
yeah,
with
yeah.
that.
And that's honest. That's
Hmm.
honest, you know.
Yeah, it's
But the
personal.
funny thing is, I know you haven't seen The Last Dance, but that MJ kept saying that a lot in that series. That was during COVID too, right? Yeah, and he just kept
Hmm.
saying little things here. And he's like, I don't know why such and such, but I took that personal, you
Yeah,
know.
he
Yeah,
took
So
it
yeah.
personal.
that's
I saw
ironic
this.
that you said that.
I saw this clip. There's a clip on YouTube, a compilation of every time he said I took it personally.
Hmm.
And you got all these comments
Mm.
where, when somebody said, uh, I saw this one comment that said when Michael Jordan was slapped when he was, when he was born, he took that personally with the doctor who
Uh
slapped him. So
Yeah,
he took everything personal,
he took it
and
personal.
and personally,
Yeah.
I think dude got I think he got some issues with that.
Hmm.
But that's
Yeah,
Yeah,
hey,
man.
do
Yeah,
your thing,
taking it
man.
personal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
definitely had
Whatever,
some
whatever
issues.
helped him to be great, right? Whether wrong or
And
right. Yeah,
there you go. And I
Hmm.
got that. I
that's
got
why
that.
we.
But I also think that,
Yeah,
30
yeah.
plus years later, you need to let that feud go. But
Hmm.
that's how I would
Oh
do
yeah,
it. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah. Bygone should be bygone.
there you go.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah. You don't want to carry those things on to the
Nah,
end.
nah, not
You got
me.
to
Not me.
bury the
That's
hatchet,
not.
as they say.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah,
I'm not living like that.
yeah,
No.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's true. That's
Liv,
true.
let me
I
ask you
agree,
this.
man. I agree. Do we have any questions? Go ahead.
Yeah. So with your show on Sunday
Go ahead.
nights that you pretty much program the entire show yourself, I know. Like, when do you start working on this Sunday show? What you're going to be doing Sunday?
Probably that Monday following.
Yeah. Okay.
You
So
know,
show ends Sunday
you
night. Monday
Oh,
you
right
start right
away.
up.
right, right.
Mm,
I'm already in pre-production because I'm thinking about, you know,
Mm,
who am I going to spotlight? What am I going to talk about? Particularly in the fourth hour. The fourth hour is usually dedicated to one artist
hmm.
or different. I've done profiles of songwriters or
Yeah.
profiles of
yeah.
musical contributions or so on. Last Sunday I did a profile
Mm-hmm.
on Allie Willis, who was my Detroit
Allie.
homegirl.
Yeah.
She co-wrote September and
Hmm.
all the great songs and so on.
Mm-hmm.
So I profiled Gamble and Huff last year,
Mm,
who was responsible for all the
Philly.
Philadelphia
Hmm.
music, OJ's and Teddy Pendergrass and
Mm-hmm.
Errol Melvin
Yeah.
and the Blue Notes, and I profiled Rod Temperton, who wrote
Hmm.
all the stuff for Heat Wave and Michael Jackson and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Michael
always thinking
Jackson. Yeah.
about, and then sometimes people reach out to me and say and make suggestions to me about,
Oh, this will be.
you should
Mm-hmm.
profile this person
Hmm.
or have you profiled. Oh, you know
That's
what? I haven't
nice.
profiled this person yet, so. So I'm thinking about it, and then probably around later on in the week I'll start. I mean, I can just grab songs out of a hat, what songs I'm going to play, what
Mm-hmm.
song I'm going to start the show with, and then the second hour I have one block in particular that I kind of interchange. One Sunday I'll do all jazz block, one Sunday I'll do a all gospel or
Mm-hmm.
all blues segment
Hmm.
or whatnot. So I'm always kind of thinking about it and just spreading it out. So I
Yeah.
play a little something for everyone to like and enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. And what's that that website address one more time, Lim? We can type it in. And this is on
Yep,
Sundays, ladies and gentlemen.
DAVIRadiolive.com. Just dial in the link and press the play button, and you plan to hit. The station is on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Make sure you check out Davy Davenport live. She's on every Sunday immediately after my show. She's on Facebook Live. A week ago, she had on Louisa and Larry
Mm-hmm.
Dunn of Earth, Wind, and Fire. And one thing, just a shout out
Mm,
to the Earth, Wind, and Fire members, Bertie White and Ralph
yeah.
Johnson and Larry.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten to know them a little bit. Larry and Louisa, in particular, I've gotten to know them as wonderful, loving
That's
people,
awesome.
people who love the Lord and love
Hmm.
people and love humanity. And they appeared on. Last year I did a spotlight of I played this entire album, Into the Journey, and then we
Wow.
celebrated the LA&M show
Uh-huh.
celebrated we celebrated his 70th birthday on my show. So all of his
Oh, that's
friends
great,
and
man.
yeah,
Mm.
all of his friends and people he's worked with, called in and sent him birthday wishes because Larry was born on June 19th. So, we
Okay.
celebrated his birthday, and it's been a pleasure and a
Mhm.
privilege to get to know them as good, people, not just, stars and
Yeah.
whatnot, but regular people, Ralph Johnson and Burdine, and then the Honeycomb, I've
Yeah,
gotten
shout
to
out
know
to him,
Shelley
all of them.
Clark
Yeah,
and
Shelly
Wendy
and Wendy and
and
Kathy.
Kathy Merrick, and I
Kathy.
also did a show with
Mhm.
Kathy's husband John Paris. Him and his friend Eddie Mendenhall.
John, yeah, shout out to John.
We did a
Yeah,
show on
come on here.
B2B, Back to Basics. So JP,
Mm.
that's my boy. What's up, JP? What's up,
What
baby?
up, JP?
Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah.
So
He's a
and
hilarious
yeah,
guy, man.
Hmm.
yeah, and then the
Yeah,
Honeycomb,
yeah. And also,
they
yeah, and I
Shelly
forgot you would have
Shelly Shelly made me the honorary bodyguard of the
bodyguard.
Honeycomb.
That's
That's
exactly
it.
what I was
So
about to
I
say.
always, yeah, I always tell people,
Yeah.
if you messing with the Honeycomb, you messing with me.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
absolutely. Yeah, Lim, you've had a seems that just such a blessed journey, man. Where I guess, for lack of a better way to say it, things just seem to line up for you. You knew kind of instinctually what you wanted to do, where you wanted to gravitate to assemble this lifestyle that you wanted for yourself.
Well, it's been a journey. I give total thanks and all praise of the Lord Jesus Christ for his blessings, for guiding me, and my family and friends and all the people who love me and support me. I love you all, and this is just me, just being myself. It's in my wheelhouse. I love
Yeah.
music. I love talking about music. I love playing it. I love sharing my love, my knowledge
Mhm.
for it. And if you ever see me, on the street or anywhere, just say, "Hey, what's up, LA Lamb?" I say, "Hey, what's up, man? Love you all." Let's go get a cup of coffee somewhere and let's just chop it up and talk
Hmm.
about what's going on with life. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's how I am. I'm a very
Yeah.
easygoing
Yeah.
person, and I'm easily approachable, and I'll approach you. I say, "Hey, what's up with you? You
Mhm.
good?" So that's how I
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. 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 For sure. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's been great. That's been great. Now, if anybody wants to follow you on your social media outlets, Lim, how can they find you, or what would be the
Okay.
best platform to follow
They,
you
they, can-
personally?
they can follow me on Facebook, Lemuel Flowers. That's my given name. Follow me on Instagram, Lemuel Flowers. Follow me on
Mhm.
Twitter or X, whatever they call it now. You can follow me on Twitter. So, I'm out there and just doing it and just showing love and sharing love. That's what my mother
Yes.
taught me as a little boy, and that's how I live my life 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
I love that. Showing love and sharing
Yeah, that's
love.
awesome.
That's it.
And
That's it.
yeah, and before we close, Lim, we always ask our guests before we close out. Say someone's watching live right now, or they come back and watch the replay later on, and they may be straddling the fence. Like I'm passionate at XYZ, but I just don't know how to take the next step to get to get to where I'm going. What would be a bit of advice you would like to leave with them?
I would say, follow what is in your heart, pray on it, ask the Lord for guidance and just do what feels right in your heart and in your spirit, and and whatever you
Yeah.
do with that, you're gonna be successful because you gave it your best shot. You followed your heart, you followed your spirit. We only have one life to live, so go for
Hmm.
what you know, and give thanks. Give thanks to God. Always stay prayed up, and just show love and share love, and
Yeah.
and and good things that happens for you.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Love is the strongest currency, right? Time is our
That's
most
it.
valuable resource, but love is the strongest currency, you know?
Well, let me tell them. Do you
Yeah,
mind if I
man.
tell
We
them
thank
one
you
more?
so much, Mr.
Do you mind if I tell them
Come
one more
on. Yeah,
time?
come on.
Sundays. It's the LA Lim
Sure.
Show Sundays, old school, new school
Yeah.
Sundays from 2 to 6 p.m. Pacific time. Check the time zone in your area, baby. From sea to shining sea. Check the time zone around the world. It's DAVI Radio Los Angeles. Just go on to daviradiolive.com. Shout out to Dabby Davenport, the first lady of
Yeah.
DAVI Radio Los Angeles. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to do what it is that I love to
Yeah.
share my love for music and just be out there
That's
and being
awesome.
a blessing to people in the world.
Yeah, and again, thank you for playing my music
You're
in your
welcome.
rotation out there in Los Angeles. I say, Mama, my music getting played in, in Los Angeles. You know, shout out to you, Lim. I appreciate it. I'm gonna be
You're welcome.
sending you some more things here
There
very
you go.
soon.
Cool,
Famous.
man. I
Before we
got
get out of here, you have any closing words? Any?
No, man, that
Yeah,
was
thank
great.
you,
That was
man.
great. Thank you, LA Lim. I'm tuning in for sure.
There you
I'm
go, man.
tuning
I
in.
appreciate that. Send me a
Yeah.
text
Yeah,
message.
yeah,
Let me know you tuning in so I can give you a shout out, my man.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And then
All right, then.
maybe we'll do a call in
And I'll make
segment
sure
one
you
day.
guys
I'll call
connect
in
on
and talk
Facebook
about
and
some
all that.
Minneapolis music.
There you go. There you go. I'm gonna do a Minneapolis.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
are you from Minneapolis? I kind of get that feeling.
No, I'm not. I'm from New York City, but I'm just a Minneapolis funk historian.
All right. Well, yeah. I tell you what. You gave me an idea. I'm gonna do a Minneapolis show. Feature the music of the artists that came out of Minneapolis. I think I
Yes.
could do an hour's worth of that. So
Yes.
Nice.
yeah,
Let's
be
do it.
looking on the futures LA Lim show as we spotlight the music of Minneapolis.
All right. I'm here.
All right.
I'm here for it. I love
Yeah.
that.
You are you following it on Facebook, famous?
I will
You
be after
following
today for
on
sure.
Facebook
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
James says,
definitely,
thank you for
definitely.
sharing, sir. Thank you once again
Hey
for another
guys,
great show. I'll have to rewatch
thanks for
to
having
catch
me
the
on. I
rest. Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah. Lim, don't hang up. We're gonna do the benediction.
All right, then.
And did you want to sing anything before we get out of here? I'll try to put you on the spot. Do you want to sing
Nah,
anything before
no, man. Can't you tell how shy I am?
you gonna pass?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. No, I can't tell. I can't
It's all right.
tell.
Tune in
No,
next
I'm
week. I'll
just
be
messing
singing.
with you, Lim.
I'll sing
There you
I
next
went
week.
go.
out on a limb and asked. I went out on a limb
Mm.
and asked.
Oh.
Pun
Oh.
intended. Pun
You gotta
intended.
tune
But
into the
stay
LA
on,
Lim
Lim.
show. You know, every once in a while I'll sing along with the song. So
That's what's up.
There you go. There you go. Well, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land, Facebook land, Twitch, Apple Music, Spotify, thank y'all so
Yep, yep.
much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure. We hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. And we'll do it again next week. Real quick, the
Yeah.
chairman of the board will be in Anderson, South Carolina this
Yes, sir.
Saturday for a soiree out in Anderson, South Carolina. You can find the information and the details at www.thechairmanoftheboard. With that being said, everybody have a
Hmm.
great rest of the week. Let's do it
See you
again.
next
Peace,
week.
love, everybody. Lim, stay on.
all right.